Stop spending money on pricey protein drinks and bulky workout machines because one of the biggest secrets to stronger legs after 70 may already be sitting in your kitchen, and almost nobody talks about it in a simple way. Today, I want to walk you through 6 foods that research and real-world nutrition advice connect with stronger muscles, better balance, and more steady movement as people get older, even into the 80s and 90s. Yes, even then. That matters because weak legs do not just make life annoying, they can slowly steal freedom. One major study that followed adults age 70 and older found that people who regularly got key muscle supporting nutrients had much better leg strength and were far less likely to suffer a serious fall. Think about that for a second. That is not a tiny difference. That is the difference between getting up on your own and needing someone to lift you. It is the difference between walking into a family event with confidence and staying seated because your legs no longer trust you. And here's the part most people miss. The foods that help are not rare. They are not fancy. They are not impossible to afford. In fact, one of the strongest foods on this list is something many people avoid for the wrong reason. Stay with me because the last one may completely change how you look at your next meal. And before we go deeper, think about your own legs for a moment. Have they felt weaker this year, harder to push up from a chair, slower on stairs, less steady on long walks? If yes, you are not imagining it, but that does not mean you are out of options. Let's get into the foods one by one and build this from the ground up. Source, https u2.be ol9vd3gj m4 psi p8st key qt del keg gu. First up are sweet potatoes, and most people still underestimate them. If you want stronger legs, you need steady energy, not quick spikes that disappear an hour later. That is where sweet potatoes shine. As the body ages, muscles do not store and use fuel as smoothly as they once did. That is why normal tasks can start to feel strangely heavy. Carrying bags, walking uphill, standing too long in the kitchen. Sweet potatoes help by giving the body slow, lasting energy through complex carbohydrates, so muscles have a more stable fuel supply instead of a fast rush, followed by a crash. But that is only part of the story. Inside that orange flesh are nutrients your legs truly care about. Vitamin A helps support recovery. Potassium helps muscles contract the right way and may lower the chance of cramping. Natural plant compounds help calm inflammation, which is one of the quiet reasons older muscles feel stiff, sore, or tired. Tiny muscle damage can build up over time. Inflammation makes that worse. Sweet potatoes help push back. They also bring fiber, and that matters more than many people realize because if digestion and absorption are off, your muscles do not fully get the benefits of the food you eat. In simple words, sweet potatoes help the body use food better, recover better, and move better. Roast them, mash them, add them to soup, toss them into a salad bowl. However you eat them, they can become a steady support for stronger steps and better endurance. It is a humble food, but do not let that fool you. Sometimes the quiet foods do the heavy lifting. Source, https josu2.be ol9vd3gj m4 si p8xt key qt del kieggu. Now let's talk about oats, because this simple breakfast staple does much more than fill a bowl. For many older adults, one of the first signs of leg decline is not pain. It is fade. The legs just do not last the way they used to. Energy drops halfway through the day. Stairs feel longer. A short walk feels like a big job. Oats can help with that because they release energy slowly. Instead of hitting the bloodstream fast and then disappearing, they give muscles a more even supply of fuel. That can mean fewer dips, less heaviness, and better staying power from morning into the afternoon. But oats are not just about energy. They also bring protein. And while it is plant-based, it still helps support the repair and upkeep of muscle fibers that naturally weaken with age. Then there is iron, which helps carry oxygen through the blood to working muscles. And magnesium, which is a big one for older legs. Magnesium helps muscles relax. Without enough of it, cramps, tightness, and that hard locked feeling in the calves can become more common, especially at night. If your legs ever wake you up with sudden cramping, that detail matters. Oats also support better blood vessel function, which helps oxygen and nutrients get where they need to go. That means muscles can recover faster and perform more smoothly. Warm oats in the morning are great. Blended into a smoothie works too. Baked into simple healthy snacks is another good option. However you use them, oats are not boring if you understand what they are doing behind the scenes. They are quietly feeding endurance, supporting recovery, and helping your legs stay ready for real life. Keep watching because the next food helps in a very different way. Source: https://u2.be/ol9vd3gj m4.si p8xst kqtdlkeg. Next comes avocado, and this one deserves more respect than it usually gets. Many older people think stiffness is just a normal part of aging that has to be accepted, but often a big part of that stiffness is driven by inflammation. That slow, constant irritation can wear on muscles and joints day after day until getting up, bending down, or walking across a room feels tighter than it should. Avocado helps because it is rich in healthy monounsaturated fats, the kind that support the body instead of dragging it down. These fats help calm inflammation, protect tissue, and keep joints and muscles moving with less friction. In plain English, they can help the legs feel less stiff and more free. Avocados also bring a lot of potassium, actually more than many people expect. That matters because potassium helps muscles fire correctly. Low levels can make cramps and spasms more likely, especially at night. If you have ever had a calf suddenly seize in bed, you know how brutal that can feel. Avocados also contain vitamin E, an antioxidant that helps the body deal with small stress damage in muscle tissue. On top of that, their healthy fats help support circulation, which means better delivery of oxygen and nutrients to the legs. And when muscles are fed better, they tend to feel more alive. Add avocado to toast, mix it into a smoothie, mash it into a dip, or eat it plain with a little salt and pepper. It does not need to be complicated. What matters is regular use, not perfection. This is one of those foods that works quietly in the background, and then one day you realize your legs feel less locked up when you stand. That is the kind of change worth paying attention to. Source: https://u2.be/ol9vd3gj m4 sci p8xtqt-del-keg-gu. Berries may look light and small, but they punch far above their size. As the years pass, muscles are constantly dealing with oxidative stress and free radicals, the kind of internal wear that slowly chips away at strength and recovery. You may not see it happening, but you can feel the results. Legs that get sore too easily, knees that feel old after a short outing, a tired, drained feeling after simple activity. Berries help because they are packed with antioxidants that act like a shield. Blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, blackberries, all of them bring compounds that help protect muscle cells from damage and support better recovery over time. They also help calm chronic inflammation, and that means more comfortable movement and less of that achy, slow feeling. Their vitamin C supports collagen production, which matters for muscles, tendons, connective tissue, and joints. In other words, berries do not just help you feel fresher. They help support the actual structure that keeps the lower body moving well. They may also help circulation, which supports oxygen flow to the legs and can improve stamina and recovery. And there's a nice bonus here. The same compounds that help the body can also support the brain, helping with focus and mental sharpness. Add berries to oats, yogurt, or smoothies. Eat them alone as a snack. Keep frozen ones in the freezer. If fresh berries cost too much, there is always a way. And if this kind of practical advice is helping you, this is the moment to stay locked in, because the next two foods are even more powerful for rebuilding aging muscle. This is where the list really turns. Do not click away now, because one of the most important foods is still coming. Resource for tipsas, U2B, OL9VD3GJ, M4, SIP8, XSTQD-del-keg-gu. Now we get to salmon, one of the strongest foods on this whole list when it comes to rebuilding and protecting the legs. Every time you stand up, your leg muscles are carrying your body. Every step asks something from them. But as people get older, muscle repair slows down. So even when you stay active, the body does not bounce back as fast as it once did. Salmon helps because it delivers high-quality protein, which gives muscle tissue the raw material it needs to repair and stay strong. But the bigger story is the omega-3 fats. These healthy fats help lower inflammation, support blood flow, and may ease the stiffness and soreness that make movement feel heavy. Inflammation is one of the big hidden reasons older adults lose strength and recover more slowly. Omega-3s help calm that process. Better blood flow also means better oxygen delivery, and that means the muscles in your legs can work with less strain. Salmon also supports the nervous system, which matters because strong legs are not just about muscle size. They are also about good communication between the brain nerves and muscles. Smooth movement depends on that. Add in B vitamins, especially B12, and you get more support for turning food into usable energy. That helps with endurance, coordination, and steady function. You do not need salmon every day for it to matter. Even 2 or 3 servings a week can be meaningful. Fresh, baked, grilled, or even canned can work. Add a little olive oil, lemon, and herbs, and you have a simple meal that does serious work inside the body. This is not hype. This is one of the clearest food upgrades many older adults can make when they want more energy in their legs and more trust in every step. Source: https youtube.b ol9vd3gj m4 sipxstkqtdlkiega. And now we come to eggs, the food many experts keep coming back to when the topic is strength after 60. They are small, they are cheap, they are simple, but their value is huge. One reason they matter so much is sarcopenia, the age-related loss of muscle that can slowly make walking, standing, and balance harder. Eggs help fight that because they contain high-quality protein with all 9 essential amino acids. That makes them a complete protein, and older muscles need that kind of support. Your body cannot rebuild tissue well if the building blocks are missing. Eggs also naturally contain vitamin D, which many older adults do not get enough of. Low vitamin D can be linked with weakness, fatigue, poor balance, and low muscle function. So when eggs help raise intake, they can support more than just muscle. They can support steadiness too. Then there is choline, found in the yolk, which helps nerves and muscles communicate. That means smoother movement, better reaction, and stronger control when the foot meets the floor. Eggs also provide B vitamins, antioxidants, and healthy fats that help protect cells and keep energy more stable through the day. And here's the best part: you do not need a lot. 1 or 2 eggs a day is enough for many people. Scrambled, boiled, poached, mixed with vegetables, it all works. What matters most is that they become a regular part of your week instead of something you only eat once in a while. This is the kind of basic food people overlook because it feels too ordinary. But ordinary does not mean weak. Sometimes the foods that look the simplest are the ones holding the whole system together. If you stayed with me this far, you can already see the pattern. These foods work in different ways, and together they become much stronger. Source: https u2.be ol9vd3gj m4 sipxstkqtdlkiegu. A lot of people ask the same question at this point. Do I need to eat all 6 foods every single day to see a difference? The good news is no. You do not need to force everything into one day. What matters more is consistency across the week. If these foods keep showing up again and again, your body keeps getting the support it needs. Maybe oats and berries in the morning, eggs at lunch, salmon at dinner 2 or 3 times a week, avocado a few times, sweet potatoes with dinner. That kind of pattern can already make a real difference. Another common question is timing. Morning is a great time because it gives the body a strong start and helps steady energy early in the day. But lunch and dinner are fine too. The body still benefits when good food arrives. And yes, you can absolutely combine these foods. In fact, some combinations may work even better together. Oats with berries, salmon with avocado, eggs with sweet potatoes. That is often called food synergy, meaning the nutrients in one food support the work of nutrients in another. It is a simple idea, but it matters. Better combinations can mean better fuel, better recovery, and better day-to-day function. People also want to know whether food alone is enough. Food is the base, but movement helps bring the whole system to life. Even light activity can help these nutrients do more. Short walks, easy stretches, chair exercises, a few careful leg raises, nothing dramatic, just regular motion. Nutrition feeds the body. Movement tells the body to use that fuel. That partnership is powerful. So if you have been waiting for the perfect plan, do not wait. Start smaller. Start simpler. What matters is action, not perfection. And in a moment, I want to tie all 6 foods together so you can see the bigger picture clearly. Source: https u2.be ol9vd3gj m4 sipxstkqtdlkiega. Here is the bigger picture. Sweet potatoes give steady fuel and help recovery. Oats bring lasting energy and support muscles while helping with oxygen, flow, and cramp control. Avocados help lower inflammation, improve flexibility, and support smoother muscle function. Berries protect cells, help recovery, and support connective tissue so the legs can stay more youthful in how they respond. Salmon rebuilds, restores, and supports circulation and nerve function. Eggs deliver one of the most complete packages for muscle repair, coordination, and day-to-day strength. Each food does something different. That is why this list matters. It is not 6 copies of the same benefit. It is 6 different forms of support coming together: fuel, repair, blood flow, nerve support, inflammation control, recovery. That is why consistent eating can shift how the legs feel over time. If your stairs have felt steeper lately, if your walks have grown shorter, if standing up takes more effort than it used to, this is not the moment to panic. But it is the moment to respond, because the body still listens. Even later in life, it still reacts to how you feed it and how you move it. That is the hopeful part. The system may be slower now, but it is not silent. It is still taking notes. It is still adapting. So if you make better choices again and again, your body can answer back with more energy, better balance, and more confidence. That does not mean miracles overnight, but it can mean real progress in weeks and meaningful change over time. And that matters, because stronger legs are not just about exercise or nutrition as separate things. They are about freedom, being able to stand, walk, climb, turn, carry, live. That is what is really on the line here. Source: https jocu2.be ol9vd3gj m4 sip8stqtdlkgu. It is also important to keep this grounded. This kind of information is meant to educate and guide, not replace personal medical care. If you have chronic illness, take medications, deal with kidney issues, diabetes, swallowing trouble, recent injury, or any other health condition, talk with your doctor or a qualified health professional before making major diet changes. Safety comes first. Food is powerful, but it should be used wisely. That said, many people wait too long because they think every useful change has to be huge. It does not. Small changes done often can carry more power than dramatic changes done once. Add sweet potatoes to one dinner this week, put berries into breakfast, switch one snack to oats, add eggs back into the routine, try salmon instead of a more processed meal, slice avocado onto toast or into a salad. These are not impossible steps. They are very doable, and every one of them is a vote for stronger movement later. Your legs are your base. When they stay stronger, life stays bigger. You can move with less fear. You can trust stairs more. You can walk farther. You can stay involved in daily life instead of pulling away from it. That is why this matters so much. It is not just about muscle. It is about independence. It is about being able to live your own life with as much control as possible. So do not underestimate the value of what is on your plate. Every meal is either helping the system or leaving it unsupported. And no, you do not need perfect eating. You need better patterns, better repetition, better support. That is enough to start changing the direction. And sometimes changing the direction is the biggest win of all. Source: https jocu2.be ol9vd3gj m4 sip8stqtdlkgu. Please do not let fear, doubt, or outside voices convince you that your strongest years are fully behind you and there is nothing left to rebuild. That story is too small. If you are still paying attention, still looking for answers, still wanting better movement and more stability, then the door is not closed. It is still open. And that matters more than most people realize, because the first step in getting stronger is believing improvement is still possible. Not perfect recovery, not becoming 20 again, just real improvement. More confidence getting up from a chair, less hesitation on stairs, better balance in the kitchen, more comfort on a walk. Those wins count. They count a lot. So choose one food from this list and start there. Just one. Keep it simple. Build the habit, then add the next one. This is how progress lasts. Not through pressure, but through rhythm. Through small actions repeated long enough to become your new normal. And if this gave you even one useful idea, stay connected for more practical guidance like this, because good information can change real lives when it reaches the right person at the right time. Share it with someone whose legs seem weaker lately, someone who gets tired too fast, someone who is quietly losing confidence in their own movement. Sometimes the right idea arrives exactly when it is needed. And before you leave, think about this question. Which food are you most ready to bring back into your routine first? Sweet potatoes, oats, avocado, berries, salmon, or eggs? Start there. Keep going. Your body is still listening. Your legs are still worth investing in. And your story is not finished yet. Not even close.